September 30th, 2025, the White House and the Treasury are now modernizing the banking system. They're moving from paper checks to digital. The Clarity Act will be passed by the end of the year, which gives banks clear rules of the road to operate in cryptocurrency. Coinbase is connected now and working with JP Morgan. They just announced that Ripple will enable transfers for BlackRock's Build. Guys, wake up. Check this out as well. Coinbase launches Mag 7. They're mixing crypto, ETFs, and equities. I've been telling you since 2020, the traditional banking system is going to be completely tokenized. Public and private sector are coming together. Crypto will be your new ecosystem. Traditional banks are going to become crypto banks. Crypto banks are going to be, or exchanges are going to become traditional banks. There's only two ways you can get wealthy. Three. They can pass down wealth to you. And the two ways that most people become wealthy, or the first person that becomes wealthy, is solve a massive problem and build a business, and you have a big exit. For example, Elon sold PayPal. That's one way. Another way is do your research incessively, Warren Buffett style, and get in early in companies that create technologies and ecosystems that will change the world. So I'm going at it two ways. I've created 6 companies that I know at least one of them will have a large exit within the next 10 years. And on the investment side, I've done Warren Buffett style investing. And I'm going to tell you my exact portfolio. My top 6, XRP, Bitcoin, Solana, XLM, WLFI, Trump's World Liberty Financial just passed my HBAR. I didn't think it was going to happen that quickly, but I started getting in pretty heavily. Then it's HBAR and VeChain. That's my top 7. So think about all those that I just told you. I very methodically and strategically position myself in what I believe will change the world. You got payment rails in there. You have supply chain in there. You have layer 1 infrastructural change. And you have a store of value like gold that I'm already using to leverage to build more wealth by buying cash flow. You have to build an ecosystem. But the freight train has left the building. It is here. And the people who resisted it will be using it by 2030. You won't even know you're using blockchain. You won't even know you're using distributed ledger technology because you're going to still be a consumer. And you're just going to be running your debit card and trying to keep up with inflation and getting poorer every year. And you'll be using what we own, the rails. So it's no longer conspiracy. It's no longer crypto bros. This is real world shit happening right now. Your financial advisors better get up on their game. They better start studying these assets. I've had deep conversations with company leaders, shared with them what we're doing with our company. My job as a CEO is to increase the enterprise value of my companies. Damn well, I'm innovating into 2030. We've created a treasury for our company. We run a 20% profit margin, and we're taking 20% of that, and we're investing in digital assets and increasing the enterprise value of our company like that. Money compounds every 7 years at 10%. Think about this. We built a treasury off 20% profit margin, taking 20% of that into digital assets like Bitcoin, XRP, building a dividend ETF strategy. Bitcoin grows 50% every single year. When Trump got elected, our XRP went up 800% from 2020. So you can do the math. So as companies work to beat inflation, or not even beat inflation, tread water, we are crushing the hurdle rate and crushing inflation by investing some of our profits into innovative things that are going to change the world. So not only are we creating innovative things with our companies, we're taking some of our profit from the company and investing in other companies. Because remember, there's only 2 ways to get wealthy. Create something that solves a massive problem and have an big exit with a liquidity, or invest in companies that are solving massive problems. Get in early. And when you have that liquidity event, build your family's ecosystem. So I focus on cash flow. Cash is trash. I move it into deflationary assets, things like XRP and Bitcoin. I store my wealth in XRP and Bitcoin. When those profit, take Bitcoin off to the side. We'll move that to number 4, leverage. I call it my COPL strategy in DR, COPL DR, CAPL DR. It's my own strategy. So cash flow, I move it into deflationary assets that have fixed supply. When those profit in category 2, I pull some off the top. I keep 50% in there forever. I keep Bitcoin forever in leverage. And I pull some off the top and I max fund P, which is protection. I use cash value life insurance. These should be funded properly and set up properly. They need income to work. They need liquidity to work. So we stuff money into our policy, which richest man in Babylon. We have permanent life insurance, and then I leverage, which is number 4, L, C-A-P-L, COPL. And then we use leverage, low leverage on the digital asset side, and we can use 100% leverage on the insurance side at a low interest rate to beat the hurdle rate to do what? to buy more assets that will appreciate, richest man in Babylon. I use cash flow to buy dividends, and I de-risk out of those cash generating dividends into Bitcoin and XRP. It's a flywheel. I created a system. My money is always moving through the system. It's called currency. That's why they call it a bank, because they put your money, your debt, that you get paid in someone else's debt, they put it in a bank. They dam up your money. They give you 0.01%, and they go make it currency. Put yourself in first position. That's the opportunity we have right now. So eventually you become your own ecosystem. That's the power of DeFi coming. Remember, an idiot with a plan will crush a genius with no plan. I met a lot of smart people that are treading water, analysts perilous, and don't do shit with their life. I ain't the smartest cat in the world, but I am the most disciplined, consistent person that I've ever met. Discipline and consistency done for a long enough period of time allows you to access a new paradigm. It's A times E equals R. Do an activity long enough to measure the effectiveness, you'll get a result. If you don't have the result, you're not doing the activity, you're lying to yourself and you're lying to others, or you're not effective at it. And you'll have to do the activity for a long enough period of time to become effective. There's no way out. There is no magic pill. There is no get rich quick. That's how I steer people clear from get rich quick meme coins. It's all bullshit. That's not how real investing is done. You will not win in that game. The more hype it is, the more you're going to get wrecked. When you have a liquidity event, you're going to lose it. Trust me. Wise counsel. That's all I got. Warriors! Rise! Get your shit together. Love you guys. Comment warrior right here if you want to learn my ecosystem. Love you guys.